Eskimo City, the coolest DJ on the motherfucking planet. Yeah, this bitch from Australian and I'm an alien.
Eskimo, the coolest DJ in the world.
I sit by the cover, this shit is so muddy, but I love it, baby. When I jump out the whip, when I hop out the whip, then I'm fresh and the latest. I do what I want, and I smoke till I'm faded. I drink till I pass out, I wake up and drink up again. I pull up again and again. I said I wasn't gonna fuck with that bitch, and I fucked her again. I scream out the gut in the sewer, the streets turn a boy to a man. I know that off with that Ruger, I took your bitch to Aruba. She fuck with super, cause she got that super. When I say super, that's your super future. We never gon' lose, we never gon' lose. Never gon' lose, cause these bitches gon' choose. These bitches gon' be who they is. Walking and talking like classy, you hold to your heart, you a hold to your heart. You know I be working that boy, I'm employed. Serving that boy out the back of the yard. Fuck on your horns and playing my cards. Rip out the whip, put up in the garage. Sip on the lean like a fifth for the dog. Hop in the spurt, and my hop in the Porsche. Tally then rally and gather the squad. Yeah, gather the squad. Me and my niggas are motherfucking tight. You can't even tell us apart. Fuck a bitch every single damn night. Ain't nothing but an avatar. Ballet the car on the curb like I'm swerving on alcohol.
Yeah, so we back. BP Spice University series. We back in the kitchen with Ohio State, the national champs. They may never gonna lose. I know that's not the right way to say it, but if it's the cut, whatever, fuck it. JT Barrett. Let's get into JT Barrett. There's two big differences if you watch film between JT Barrett and Cordell Jones. JT Barrett had full control over the offense. They compare him a lot to Alex Smith, and by they, I'm talking about Urban Meyer. Ohio State, maybe the best coach team in America. They recruit well. What they do that separates them from everyone else spice-wise is heavy power misdirection. They do what Auburn did well back in the day, and not as much as what they did last year as we went over. Talented as shit. O-line is crazy. Urban Meyer is the man. I'm going to put a link in the description on his coaching clinic speech, and you'll see that is way more than X's and O's with him. We'll start out. I'll kind of talk over the read option because this is something that they don't do exclusively like some teams, but they do it. It's always going to be effective. It's just math. Let's get that straight. It's just math. You rep anything, you're going to get good at it. And one thing that I actually broke down before is that this is not much different or foreign than the stretch outside zone shit that teams run in the NFL, that they like to kind of differentiate between college, but it's actually the same shit. You're just leaving that backside edge unblocked, and this is kind of a spice expansion. That shit makes that shit looks like a travel pack with the fork and the knife with the little napkin of salt and pepper. It's an expansion because you're using that guy's leverage against him. Ohio State runs a lot of trips overlooks. You'll see how they kind of tinker with that, how they kind of toy with that. With the read option, they can read either way, either DN. And you'll see that in those videos there. I'm just warming up right now. I'm not even going to get to quite what separates them, but you're going to see what they do well. And like I said, when we go over different things as a team with different teams, I really don't feel the fucking need to go over and explain what's going on here. We know what the RPO is. We know that they're reading the run pass, and we know that it's effective, right? So the first two things that they do are not much different than what Baylor, TCU, 99.9% of the teams that we've gone over already do. I do think this RPO is creative. They ran an inside spot corner concept with the RPO, which is top shelf spice cabinet, triple decker spice rack shit. Very stubborn play calling with Ohio State, which I love. I love stubborn play calling. When they played against Oregon, they got to a point to where they ran over almost exclusively. And when something's working, they don't give a fuck. They will keep running that shit. You'll see they have the RPO pass reads. They have the bubble reads. They have the smoke screen, the number one screen looks outside. They have different variations, but Ohio State doesn't really hang their hat on one thing. Urban Meyer, I kind of feel like when he came in the game, especially with Utah and Alex Smith. It was a lot of innovative things that he was doing, and the common similarity is between him and Rich Rodriguez. They were some of the read option, spread, run, spice innovators, and they've kind of found a way to reinvent themselves and still stay above, because a lot of teams, everybody runs what they brought to the forefront for the most part, but they've expanded upon it, and it's really dope. Here's one of the things that they throw in little wrinkles here and there. Don't focus too much on that. It's just a little midline run. Here's where they really differentiate themselves from everybody. The power misdirection motion series. It really, I put 5 in parentheses, but they have 6 reads off of this. So follow me here. You're going to have the receiver come in motion here. This is a halt crack. Quarterback holds the backside, and it's a give. So the receiver that comes in motion is going to crack. The quarterback is going to roll or read, either way. And it's all power. You have some teams that are zone teams, some teams that are stretch teams. Ohio State is almost exclusively a power and read option team. Here's the halt crack series as well. It's basically just a power run, but the quarterback, his feet are holding the pursuit, and that receiver coming down is going to crack, and you almost don't even have to block the corner. He's not going to make the play anyway. So when that receiver comes down on the crack, where there's some slot at number 1 here, he can also stop his motion and not crack, and they can go play action, which they do sometimes too. So they have an answer. That's option number 2. Option number 3 is they bring that guy in motion. They run that power, but they actually have the ability to give the ball to that motion guy, but he's coming all the way across, so he's not going to crack. He's coming all the way across the formation, so he's actually, instead of the quarterback, holding the backside pursuit, and it's still a power run. Their O-line is amazing. They have a couple pullers almost exclusively on each play, and that would be option, I think, number 3. Here they go again. They're going to run power, and they're going to run that guy in motion to hold, who actually in this particular play takes 2 guys with him, maybe 3 depending upon how you look at it. We'll look at it sped up, fast motion here. When he comes in motion, he brings 3 guys with him on that play. It really fucks with the defense when you have a guy coming in motion. He actually held that DN at the bottom there, allowed Elliott, who's fantastic, has great vision. Yeah, Ezekiel Elliott is a fucking cyborg. He just is. His vision, his power, his acceleration is all very good. His balance is very good. He's not all that big, but you still feel like you have to take his legs out. Now, the 4th option, we have the misdirection read. So the guy he's not getting all the way across the formation. You're faking the motion to him, and it's a misdirection. But the read out, you're actually reading the DN here at the bottom of the screen. It could have been a give to that guy, but it's a keep for the quarterback. So this is a form of the veer option with the same motion action. It's misdirection. It's a little bit of the Wildcat. It's a little bit of what Gus Malzahn and Rhett Lashley do, but this team does it a lot better because personnel-wise they're better and they're more stubborn with it. So that was read option misdirection. Now you have the same look, except this time you're going to fake. You're not reading the guy at the bottom here. It is a pure counter power run to the strong quarterback side. I believe that's number 5, right? So we're at 5 options now of what this team can do, and it's just too much to defend. The counter, the defense is spread out every direction. You got to honor everything because they hit almost every single read throughout the particular game. And this is, for the money pretty much right here against Oregon. Well, not pretty much. This was for the money. Shit. Now the last option is just the straight receiver power. Ignore the caption on the screen. That was supposed to be somewhere else, but this is straight receiver power, so this is almost like a sweep. So you've already had that guy come in motion and stop his motion and crack. You've had him come in motion and run a route. You've had him come across for the misdirection. You've had him come across for the read. You've had him come across for the power. For the quarterback power to the strong side. Now you have him coming across, and you're actually giving him the football for him to get outside. So on the surface, if you watch Ohio State play, you may not even notice um, exactly what's going on there. The last thing that I kind of wanted to show, when you bring that guy in motion, especially out of that trips overlook that they like a lot, they just want to fuck with you a little bit more, man, and just sprinkle a little bit more shit. Uh, Sprinkle a little bit more shit on you, man. I don't know what to say. So they'll bring this guy in motion sometimes, and what they'll actually do is let him motion clear to the other side at number one. Now you have what is, I put trips over in the caption, but what is actually a 2x2 normal look at a gun. So you're bringing him in motion. You got guys widening out and panicking, and he's just lining up for a base formation in which they can actually run or pass the ball still. So now you see him coming all the way across. Like I said, if you watch them play, this series that I just went over right now, the Misdirection Power Series, is unstoppable with their O-line, with their quarterbacks, with their receivers, and with their running back who has vision. It's pretty much unstoppable. So if you watch them play, a lot of this looks like different plays, but realize what the defense is dealing with is the expansion of or is the thread, the chain of one play to another. You have 7 different things to worry about, and they all look pretty similar pre-snap. Lastly, a few things that I wanted to go over is, like I said, this is a team. I've never really seen a team run this much power. They're going to run quarterback power here with JT Barrett. Like I said, JT Barrett, they trust him with the full scope of the offense. He runs probably about 90% of what they want to run. Here's a quarterback power as well. They let Cordell Jones get about 30 to 40% of the offense, and they still won. I almost liked their offense a little bit better when it was less multiple as far as the play calling, because it worked. And, there was really no reason to do it. I really like stubborn play calling. I kind of like, I'm going to run this shit until you stop it. Here is just a normal running back power. This power series that I'm showing you here just shows you this is a true power pulling guard team. When they pull their guards, the guards that actually come in, that are pulling over, they have to have really good feet. They really like pulling 54, who's really good. I actually don't know his name. And you couple all this with the fact that they have dynamic receivers outside. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. I'm going to come back again. Last thing I wanted to show is just, this is an obvious pass play that they've been running for years. It is a wheel flood series. It's almost a levels sideline series. Look how many people they have going vertical on the sideline. They can hit any one of those 3. But yeah, I appreciate you watching. I learned a lot watching this shit. I hope you did too. Come back next week.